Hello, dear friends. Welcome to Kardec Radio, where we're here to nourish our souls. I'm Norah, the host of this program, thoughts by Joanna, Angelis, and Divaldo Franco through this amazing and beautiful book. It is so beautiful. These lessons, they're not new, but they're important reminders on our day to day so we can keep building ourselves up every day as those special children of God, right? So loved, so nurtured, so cared for. Today's lesson is about pain. Every time we think of pain, right? It's not easy, either physically, emotionally, spiritually, right? We know mentally, in so many ways. We all know what pain is, so it's not easy. But Joanna has given us some hope today. Let us read her message. Pain, however, is not a punishment. Instead, it is one of life's excellent devices for achieving its own goals. That is absolutely beautiful. Here again, we can take this up a notch and realize that she's not really talking about the physical pain. Instead, she's bringing in that pain, friends, right? Maybe that from our emotions, from a challenging circumstance. But we know that sometimes that pain can also manifest itself, right? Sometimes we feel that knot here in our throats because the pain might want to make us cry. We feel it. Sometimes we can even feel that manifest in our chest, our hearts, or we can feel those butterflies in the stomach because we're trying to, navigate this journey with sometimes those challenges are so hard. And unfortunately, sometimes, right, that pain can manifest itself physically through our bodies. But even in those circumstances, we know that nothing is by surprise or by a coincidence. There is a purpose for everything. If you go to the Bible, the book of Job, which is an amazing man of God, in his story, when he was going through pain, when he was going through those difficulties, right? He practically had all of that. Everything was taken away from him. He ended up getting, sick from his skin. His friends were not, they were hard on him instead of supporting him. Sometimes they would give him more to think about. Nobody believed in him. Everybody was, wow, a man who had so much, lost everything except one thing. He understood that pain, that challenge was temporary and that his faith was going to get him through that circumstance. And we see at the end of Job's story, right? What happens? He gets healed. He gets his family back and so much more. And we can see that story as a symbol, right? In our lives as well. Sometimes it's hard. Here we are doing everything, right? We think it's right. We're manifesting and we're thinking positive, and sometimes things need to go a certain direction. But the big question here that Joanna is asking us is, what mindset are we going to take? Are we going to take a mindset of, oh, poor me, and I'm being punished, and then we sort of lead in that direction? Or are we going to be in the mindset and say, wait a minute, this challenge, this circumstance is here for a reason, right? It's telling me something. It's knocking at my door because I'm ready to take on the next step, right? In this book, friends, to just kind of bring it in to an end. In our daily bread, chapter 18, trials by fire. Just thinking about this, Paul says in Bible, 1 Corinthians 3, 13, and the fire will test what each one's work is. Right? Emmanuel here to Chico in this chapter give us um, a beautiful metaphor to think about. Just like the way he says that products are tested for strength, right, by trials by fire, we know that the Gospels too is also doing trials by fire with respect to our spiritual attainment. And what's so beautiful here, Paul says, let us imagine human workers building upon a single foundation, Jesus Christ, with individuals materializing their own accomplishments in conformity with their evolutionary resources. So this is not a punishment. We all want to grow and evolve, and whatever trial by fire comes, it is in alignment, right, to where we're at. And it's really beautiful. He continues, Every disciple must proceed with their particular endeavor, knowing that times of struggle will leave them exposed so that their qualities may be correctly evaluated. That right there is not punishment. If anything, is getting that feedback, right? Getting that feedback from God, from the universe, from our mentors, from all that goodness, so that we can grow and elevate, right? He even mentions sometimes, though, this world has riches, positions, and standards, which can will not always withstand the trials by fire, right? And sometimes people will have difficulties, but instead he says, what if we take this mindset? I'm going to read this, friends, to finalize it. In the service of Christ, it is also just for his followers to expect their own personal capabilities to be tested when the time comes. So, character, love, faith, patience, and hope represent achievements for the life eternal, accomplished by individuals with, and I love this prayer, with the holy assistance of the Master. So, but all disciples must expect experiences which, at the right moment, will try their spiritual character. Manuel, Chico, and Paul, beautiful words for us to keep in mind that that pain is not for punishment. Everything is in alignment. Everything comes back to us, as we even saw in the story of Joe plus more. The most important thing is to keep our faith, friends, and build that resiliency, because resiliency is such a beautiful energy. It's vibrant, it's alive, and it comes to us and helps us, right? Gives us that grit, that strength, that courage when needed. Friends, that is today's lesson. We thank you so much for tuning in here at Kardec Radio to other programs. And thank you so much. And I apologize if you hear my dog in the background. He's also participating. And until next week, same place, same time. And let us bless our challenges and turn all that around, because we're not alone. If anything, always, always loved. Bye, friends.